So why was it so hard to let go of your pain? Here you had an opportunity to let go of your pain and you were holding it.
Because I felt like if I let it go, I felt like I couldn't acknowledge it because I was going to let others down. And there's no time or space for me to actually be with it.
So you didn't want to let go of your pain because if you acknowledged your pain, then others would have to attend to you and then you might let them down. Some of us don't let go of our pain because we don't know who else the hell we'd be without it. For some of us, we hold on to our pain as the only thing we can feel. For some of us, we hold on to the pain of a lost one because that's all that's left of the relationship you have with them. There's different reasons you hold on to your pain. But what you don't understand is by holding on to this pain, you are selfish. You're being extremely selfish. Because the universe needs this pain. Right? Just like trees need you to exhale, the pain is what we give back to the world after we experience life. We have this pain and we can give it back to the world. Wonderful methods like the Sedona method, for instance, allows us to release pain back to where it came from, back to what can consume it and digest it and expand it. Maybe part of why the universe is expanding is because it is absorbing our pain. But we don't want to let it go. What do you think? Besides what I've mentioned.
We want sympathy.
You want sympathy? You want significance.
Because I feel that pain was for me, and now it's potentially not for me. It was actually just a conduit.
For so many of you, what is significant in your day-to-day conversation is your pain. It's being able to talk about your pain. Use it as your excuses and your crutches and your stories are about your pain. Right? Now there's really, if you want to, there's two basic stories, not only, but two basic stories we can have. We can have a story of a cautionary tale, which you can be, or a story of inspiration, motivation, and growth and passion. This pain will always cause you to eventually become a cautionary tale when someone speaks of you. Pain gives you a form of significance. At least if you feel pain, you know you exist. And then if you really create a great melodrama around it, then you feel highly significant or significant. Because at the end of the day, many of you are just a bunch of significants. And your pain is the way in which you maintain your status. With the group I work with, if anyone gets too significant, we give them a trophy and it says number 1 significant. Just to bring us back to awareness of what matters and the waste of time holding on to this pain is. Now, I'm not saying pain shouldn't be processed. Pain leads us to a greater understanding of starting with sympathy, hopefully leading to empathy, and ideally leading to compassion. But that being said, before we can transmutate that pain into one of those 3 qualities, we cling to it because we can exchange it instead for attention. Right? For a sense of mattering, or for a sense of some kind of importance. I mean, if you read a paper or go on the internet, there's a lot of significant items there, and you're reading about people's pain. Now, unless it's leading to sympathy, empathy, and hopefully compassion, then it's being used instead, 10 cents on the dollar you're getting, by the way, on significance, on self-significance. So you got a bunch of significance all over the internet, all over the world. But this is not new to mankind, humankind. They found a bunch of lines written on a stone 6,000 years old. And when they finally translated it, it said something along the lines of, what's happening to our children today? This generation is corrupt and causing all kinds of pains in the world, and we'll bring it to an end. Something along those lines, 6,000 years ago. We've been significants for a long, long time.